Hey everybody, it's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. Coming back from break, we were talking about Kobe Bryant. Sorry for the break. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back on now. And for everybody that's tuning in, make sure you tune in on YouTube. If you were trying to access the YouTube broadcast, now it's accessible. You can see it you can watch the show on there, and you can also watch it on Spreaker and listen to the iTunes podcast as well. And if you're a student at ODU, you can also watch it on channel, what channel? 71. Yeah, you can also watch it on channel 71. But Carla, go ahead, finish with your point. What Rashad has said in reply about how Kobe might have a position with the Lakers post-career because of how this season has gone for them. What do you think about that?
I think he would have a little involvement in the Lakers organization after. Because, think about it. Kobe was a Lakers fan ever since he was a kid. And then he got to get into the league and play for his favorite team he played for. Yeah, I mean, he's been done dirty, and this last season's been abysmal for him. But I do think that he'll definitely give back because he has great insight. He does have a great leadership skills that he can apply to the team, whether or not it's actually a position or or like a coaching job or something like that. He can still definitely, give his opinion on whether or not, good players, if this is a good player for the team, if he'll be successful then in the long run, new draft picks. And he'll also want to be on the court. Well, not on the court literally, but just behind the coaches, saying stuff to him if he can't find a coaching position. But I do think that Kobe will probably do something like Shaq can do an ESPN show or something like that. I would definitely.
You think Kobe would do that?
I feel like he would.
Really?
Yeah,
Kobe.
Kobe
already said he
won't.
Oh yeah,
Kobe already said he wasn't with it.
He won't with it.
Kobe said he was not with it.
He was like,
I don't know.
If anything, I'm doing like photography or something like that.
He's really into that into the filmmaking and everything like that. Like, that's Kobe really.
30 for 30.
He said 30 for 30.
You trying to be the next Spike Lee out
You
here?
be the narrator.
You trying to be the Spike Lee of Los Angeles.
The Spike Lee of Los Angeles.
Spike Lee all about his New York.
Oh wow, I'm so weak. But I mean, I just because watching the Lakers this season, it's honestly an abomination. I can say that with all truth in my heart. Every single degree of ounce of truth and honesty, the Lakers are pitiful. Like this is. No slight to Kobe or anybody else on the rest of y'all, but
come on,
they suck. I'm sorry. Is this a lie? They suck.
I mean, all right, so they don't hold on. They don't suck.
Rashad,
no,
they've won 16 games
on
the season.
Whoa. As a team collectively, they suck. Lou Williams can play. Jordan Clarkson can play. But D'Angelo Russell needs to develop.
Rashad.
Julius Randle needs to develop.
Rashad. They suck.
They suck as a team.
They suck.
But they're not the 76ers, though.
Okay, how they play,
I mean, we're not that far behind. I mean, what?
But we're all good players, but they don't play good together.
It's not even that. We just don't.
If you have talent on your team, you will win games.
You don't win no talent with no big man because Roy Hibbert ain't no big man.
Oh, LeBron has won without a big man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he had more than what Roy Hibbert was.
He's at the equivalent of Roy Hibbert.
I'm just saying we're a bad team.
We're terrible. We're awful. There's no making excuses.
These players they can have their Jimmy Butler turnaround.
Rashad, what these guys have done to Kobe is unexcusable. There's no reason for a guy to go out for him to play his last season, 37 years old, and have to play with this rum rug team of players, like this scrap heap of players. This is abominable. How do you even Jim Buss as a president, as the vice, the VP of player operations? How do you do this to a guy who's been the fixture of your franchise for 2 decades?
Kobe got the money. It's just he couldn't bring in the people. He got the money.
Peyton Manning got the money. What did he do? They want him a championship.
But
Derek Jeter got the money. They gave him a team.
They also didn't broadcast.
There's a difference, Rashad.
There is a difference. You don't broadcast that. The LA lifestyle. That's why LaMarcus Aldridge is not here. You broadcast.
Rashad,
you broadcast the basketball program.
Rashad, there's a reason. There's a reason why we couldn't keep a guy like Dwight Howard, because you know why? Dwight Howard made it simple and clear. I will stay if you hire Phil Jackson as your coach. What did Jim Buss do? You know what, Dwight? I hear what you're saying, but I want Mike D'Antoni because we got a 39-year-old Steve Nash that can play that we think is gonna can revolutionize our offense. Excuse me, just like he did in Phoenix. And now and that's what they went and did. And guess what? Dwight Howard left. And I'm not saying Dwight Howard was this revolutionary superstar, but the thing about the difference between Jerry Buss and Jim Buss is that Jerry Buss, he acquiesced to the players. He gave the players what they want. He brought in Shaq. He got Kobe. They did all those things. That's when the Lakers were great. That's when I could walk around with my chest held high, wearing a Laker lanyard, wearing a Laker hat, wearing a t-shirt like this. But you know what? Because of what Jim Buss has done, you can't boast as much as you used to. Only thing you can boast on is the past. You can't boast on the present or the current. All you can do is boast on the past. And what he's made this current Lakers team is just trash. It's utter garbage.
But I mean, Kobe can't help that. Kobe tried.
No, you're right.
Kobe tried.
You're right. And that's the exact problem.
The problem.
Kobe is a 37-year-old dude who came off an Achilles tear 2 years ago, came off a right knee fracture a year ago, and then you're forcing him to play with this
team, this horrible team.
It's like I can't forget when Magic Johnson came on Mike and Mike, and he said that he came on there and said, I'm sorry, he came on there and said they got all. This is how bad the team is constructed. They got all of the same kind of player. They don't have any other kind of. They don't have a guy that specifically shoots. They have all the same kind of guy. When you think of the class of Nick Youngs and Lou Williams, they're all thrown in the same category.
Same thing.
You know what I mean? They all do the same exact thing. Not one guy's a spot-up shooter. Not one guy does this a playmaker or gets everybody involved. They all do the same thing. So
that's so funny because it's so true.
You know what I mean? Like, it's all the same guy. You look at the bench, half the bench players are starters on our team. People that would play on the bench and other organizations start for us. Like, there is no reason. There is no reason that this man, Robert Sacre, should ever have gotten starters minutes. But there was a point in time he was starting. That's how bad the Lakers organization has done. I just can't even.
It's an
injustice. It's a disservice, injustice.
It is, but I mean, at the same time, Kobe just had to enjoy his farewell tour with what he had. That's what he did. He came out, he tried to drop big points.
So I go on to the next question. How do you guys see how this farewell tour has gone for Kobe? How would you grade this farewell tour? Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade this farewell tour?
10.
For Kobe?
10.
He said for Colin, how would you grade the farewell tour?
I give it a 3.7.
Oh my!
Let me see. This is where.
Hold on. Let me think. I didn't think no. Now the fans that gives them, that's 3 points right there. Now that's straight right there. Now the 0.7 that comes from their 16 wins. Everything else is just.
I'm so weak.
I'm pretty sure Kobe is back there just hurt.
All right, Rashad, why did you say 10?
Kobe had every stadium filled to max capacity every game.
That's why I gave him 3 for the fans.
You have a 3? You have every seat sold out to see you play. And they can see he knows that. He's like, my team is bad. They're here to see me.
But they don't win.
His farewell tour, everybody came there to see. They didn't come to see the Lakers.
They can't see Kobe, but Kobe ain't
I can bet you 100%. Maybe except me and Brendan. Me and Brendan may be the only ones that go see the Lakers play. But we let see Kobe too. Everybody in Washington had 24 on. They won't know. What number is Russell? That's how irrelevant he is right now.
Dang, he's number 1.
Number 1 jersey.
Not everybody's D'Angelo Russell.
Like, it was just, I'm just saying, like, nobody, every only jersey you saw was Kobe jersey. Everywhere Kobe goes now, they're there to see him. That's a great farewell. If I'm going anywhere I go, all I'm here, I'm at an away game, but I feel like I'm at home because all they're saying is Kobe.
I feel
that's why
if I've been so great of a player and got 5 championships, I feel like I should have a great farewell tour.
Which he did. He just didn't have a great season.
So Before I go, I just want to say to those that were tuned in on Rabble and Spreaker, you heard the beginning part of our show. The YouTube stream wasn't working. It was technical. There was the wrong login and stuff that somebody logged into the email account. But Now we're on the. So if you want to watch on the YouTube stream is up for those who want to watch it visually. But I also said before that today is Mamba Day, and if you go on Snapchat, you got the Mamba Day filter in honor of Kobe Bryant. I mean, when you get your own Snapchat filter for your retirement, that's when you know you're great. And also, I also was letting everybody know that if you want to watch us, you can watch us on Rabble, like some of you, well, most of you have probably been doing, and on Spreaker and on YouTube. And that to subscribe to our personal YouTube channel at KBR Sports, and to leave your comments on the YouTube video and on Rabble so we can read your comments, and tweet us at KBR_sports so we can read y'all tweets live. You can call in at 757-683-4405. You want to chime in on the Kobe talk and give your own personal rendition of an experience you had with Kobe or of Kobe. But to go on what we were saying, this farewell tour, I would rate it a 7 because you have to feel good that you get this amount of fanfare and everything like that. Like you get this level of love, and no, bump that. I'm taking it down to 6.5. You get this level of fanfare, you get this level of adulation, and you get this amount of love from the fans and the players and the players. Yeah, you're right.
And the jumbotron screens every game.
And all the
and
tributes.
The great announcements he get every time he come out. It ain't just It ain't just 24 Kobe Bryant.
You're right. He gets all the love and stuff when he's coming out and everything. But here's the issue with it. I'm pretty sure we all know how competitive Kobe Bryant is. We all know when people talk about his competitiveness, who's he mentioned in the same breath as Michael Jordan. And when we talk about a player like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, these guys are winners. Kobe's a 5-time champion, and you subject him to a team like that, and he has to play with these guys, and they're losing night in, night out. And he's not the same guy that he can go and lift the team up by dropping 40, dropping 30 points a game. He might give you one good game here and there because his legs will be feeling all right that night. But relatively, the only way this would even be a 10 is if he won out Peyton Manning way on a championship. It would be an 8. Or not, if it would be an 8 if they at least won some games. They at least not even having to be a top seed in the West, but at least once. It would be a 9 if they were like one of the top 4 teams in the East. I mean, in the West. Yeah, you know what I mean. If they were at least vying for a playoff spot and they play well in the playoffs, but a 10 means a championship, and that would be number 6 for Kobe.
But see, this is.
I mean, because how can you give it a 10? If you give it a 10, that means that it can't get any better. Exactly. So when you have to give it room to be better. Son, they suck.
It's the tour, not
and that's why I asked for Kobe.
No, but I'm saying how well the tour has been.
The tour, as in the
and the whole season has been his tour.
I'm not looking at it as the whole season. I'm looking at the tour in itself. The tour and the season are two different things.
I think you're looking at it as a fan.
No, but see, the tour is part of the season. That's the thing. His farewell tour is part of the season.
But I mean, at the same time, like everybody knows, we're not focusing on the season. We're just focusing on the farewell tour in a sense. It's they kind of separate into two different entities.
I don't know about that.
I think the way you're looking at it is like a side for the fans and then a side for Kobe. I think you could definitely rate it high on the side as a fan because, like you said, you get to see Kobe come out with this amazing entrance every time, and then everybody has the 24 jersey on when you go to the game. It's just phenomenal. They're selling Kobe shirts at the Washington Stadium. It's amazing as a fan. But then versus Kobe, who, like you said, is very competitive, who has won 5 championships, going out, as his last season, losing. I wouldn't rate it as high for him.
But y'all make it seem like Kobe knew coming into the season he had a chance with this team. He knew as soon as LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't there, his chances. He knew when they said we're getting Roy Hibbert. You have a point. He did know.
Yeah. He did know.
But that's why Kobe be jacking on.
But he didn't know how he was gonna feel. Mm-hmm. That's why he didn't say he was gonna retire before the season.
But he knew this team wasn't going to a championship.
He played. I mean, because think about it. This team isn't the same team he played with last season. He knew it wasn't going to win a championship, but 16 wins? 16? I mean, because last season, Julius Randle got hurt in the first game. That was your 7th round. That was your 7th pick of the draft last year. He gets hurt in the first game. So you don't know how he's going to be when he comes out and plays. You picked D'Angelo Russell this season. He was your number 2 pick. So you have him to look forward to. And then you have Jordan Clarkson came out of nowhere. He was a surprise good player. So then you have that. You're like, okay, maybe we can get something going.
No.
Maybe. But Rashad, 16 wins. 16. 16 wins.
16 wins.
You can't imagine he thought they were only going to win 16 games
on
the season. And he probably gave himself credit as a player thinking, if me alone, I can get us at least 10. I can get us at least something. The rest of my team can at least give me something else. But 6 wins aside from that, because he probably played. Because think about it, he went through that whole first month of October. Then he went through November. Then he announced it in December that I'm retiring. So you go through all. Well, we went through most of November, but he went through November, and then in December he announces he's retiring. And so he had to get a feel of how his body felt. And once he realized how his body felt, he's like, I can't do it. I can't even play beyond this point, especially if this is what I'm given. Mm-hmm. And the Lakers, they had the chance to get people, like you said, LaMarcus Aldridge. They had a chance to get this man. Who? Oh gosh, I can't even remember. Who went to Milwaukee over the Knicks and the Lakers?
Monroe. Was it Monroe?
Greg Monroe. That's it. Thank you, Greg Monroe. He's not even a top tier star, and he chose to go to the Milwaukee Bucks over the Los Angeles. The Bucks aren't even in the playoffs, and he chose to go to them over the Lakers. That's what he's been. That's what he's been given.
That's how you know Kobe knew we had no chance of making the playoffs.
Bro, maybe not the playoffs, but at least more than 16 wins. 16 wins is that's a franchise worst.
But it is a franchise. But I mean, you don't want to keep winning, and then he knows like. Well, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't care how the team's gonna be when he's gone because he means like I'm not there anymore. So I mean, they want to continue to be bad. They continue to be bad. But at the same time, I feel like losing more games, like winning more games, and then not making the playoffs when you're as close would irritate Kobe a lot more because it'd have been like you guys didn't do enough to make the playoffs when we couldn't make the playoffs. That's how I feel like. That's how I'm kind of viewing it.
At least he wouldn't have a losing record.
Not necessarily because I mean, if you look at it, the AC spot was kind of it's like I'm not gonna say it's 500. It's a little bit above 500. So if he was, let's say he was playing like that, and they don't make the playoffs, and he goes out when he's like, we should have made the playoffs. We could have made a run. I'd rather him just be like, yo, we bums. Let me enjoy this tour because we're not gonna make the playoffs anyway, and y'all can still get a good draft pick.
And then it's funny because now we're in this last game. It's funny because this game even has playoff implications in itself for the Utah Jazz. Because if the Jazz win and the Rockets lose, the Jazz will be the 8th seed in the Western Conference.
So you know they're not gonna slack.
Exactly. So they're not gonna take the night off just because it's Kobe Day. Mm-hmm. And
Kobe not gonna take the night off either. I'm telling y'all, 40.
Trust me, Kobe doesn't. I don't think Kobe takes any night off. But it's just his legs. He's not the same dude no more.
Hey, he about to get those Tony Romo shots tonight.
I mean,
he's about to get those Tony Romo shots tonight.
Rashad, there's a reason why this man is shooting 35% on the season. He's not that he can't do it anymore. He'll give us a game every now and then.
Exactly. We're not talking about the season. Kobe's season and games is different.
Oh well, we got a caller calling in.
I just feel for my man's being. I'm sorry.
Caller, you on?
Hey, caller, it's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show 24-hour day. You on? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are y'all boys doing?
Doing good. How you feeling, man? What do you have to say about this whole Kobe talk, man?
It's a sad day. It's a sad day in sports history. It's a day where all young men, especially in our age range, start to feel old because you watch someone's entire career.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. I didn't think about it that way. Like it's honestly the truth.
But yeah, I think it's really sad as far as grading the tour. I'll give the tour about a 6.5 or a 7. One just for seeing Kobe by itself gets the 6. The 0.5 is, I guess, D'Angelo Russell. I guess if I had to give somebody a 0.5, the rest of the team has been abysmal. I agree with Brendan on that. But and sadly, I don't even think his farewell as far as tonight is going to go that well because the Jazz are still fighting to get in the playoffs. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they might all love Kobe and whatnot, but they're going to come to play.
Exactly.
Kobe, Colin, I have something for you. Kobe's going to come out here and play this game and be like, this is my last game of my season. Nobody's going to remember the rest of the season. They're going to remember this last game. If he goes out and drops 40 or 50, which I see it happening. Everybody's going to remember this season as he dropped 40 and 50 in his last game of his career.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that, but I also wholeheartedly agree that Kobe could go out there and drop 92 and they're still going to lose.
Hey, that's okay. Like I said earlier, this farewell tour is about Kobe. He knows it's about, he don't care about his team. It's about him.
But here's the thing. I think that's a stretch beyond 40 points. Yeah. 40 points, 50?
If Kobe drops 50
25
and they lose and the crowd's going wild because technically in the crowd's out they won. If Kobe drops 50, that's a win for the Lakers. So
honestly, I'm not expecting much. If he hits 20, I'm psyched. But I'm not expecting much. His body parts are falling apart. You saw how he had to be all iced up after 8 minutes. my man, unless he's just been holding back everything he has for this last game, I don't see him pulling off any super heroics because the Jazz got a bad man on their team. His name is Gordon Hayward.
Yeah,
he's
he's a problem. I mean, he can be all right, but Kobe still got to guard him.
He does, and
unless Kobe just decides, we just gonna trade bucket for bucket, and then the season statistics don't go in Kobe's favor if we're talking about accuracy.
That's one of the things that's been just hampered me the most about putting my faith in this season for Kobe or at least in this game, because we've had 82 games and his average is 17 points a game on 35% shooting, and I can't like just ignore that as if it's not. It doesn't matter.
This is a different game. This is Kobe's last game of his career.
It is his last game.
He's too competitive. He's dropping 50.
50 is a
bro.
Bro, 50. You act like it's when he was
Kobe about to play 48 minutes tonight.
Wow.
Oh no.
You want him to get hurt
before I get ready to go, y'all.
He wants him to get hurt. Oh my gosh.
His last game
he doesn't want Kobe to walk anymore. But
right.
My last thing before I get off this phone is basically, even though the farewell tour as far as Lakers' success wasn't that great, and I know it hurts you guys being Lakers fans,
hurts my soul.
Kobe is so great that he has ascended more than just being a regular player. If you can understand what I'm saying, like,
yeah.
Even though the season wasn't that great as far as averages, we're not really gonna remember his farewell season. We're still just remembering Kobe in general. Kobe's like risen to that like Batman level that like even if Batman sort of started slacking, you but yeah, but he's still Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what Rashad's going off of right now. Rashad's like, that's still Rashad's still seeing 2006 number 8 Kobe. He's like, he's gonna drop 50. He's gonna outscore the Utah Jazz in 3 quarters. That's the guy that Rashad's seeing right now.
You got to realize everybody gets old, man. Mike didn't even look like old Mike when he was on the Wizards.
This is the same team. That beat the Golden State Warriors. Think about that. This is the same Lakers team that beat the Warriors, who's about to break the record.
And this is the same Laker team that lost to the bum New York Knicks. Oh, sorry, caller. What were you saying? No. And this is the same Laker team that lost to the Philadelphia 76ers.
But it's the same
one.
Golden State.
It's the same one.
Warriors.
Didn't the Lakers just lose by like 48 points?
They did, actually.
I mean, Westbrook had a triple-double in the first half, so that's unfair.
Did they lose to the Timberwolves in that 48 loss?
No, they got dubbed by the
No, it was Oklahoma City.
But it doesn't matter. They beat the Warriors. Keep it on this 40. When we come back in the show.
I mean, like I said, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, everybody has a good night.
Except Kobe. Kobe has a dead eye on the rim. He's not blind. The net is the ball going into the basket on every shot, shooting efficient over 50%. Watch it. I'm calling it.
Caller, we appreciate you. Say your last point, caller. What were you gonna say?
Are you talking to me or college?
No, you.
Nothing. I appreciate y'all letting me call in. Hopefully, if you switch to another subject, I'll be able to call again. But Rashad, please chill out. I don't want this man Kobe to fall and not be able to get up and look like that old lady in the commercials.
Come on. All right, caller. We appreciate you joining us, man. We appreciate you. All right, man. Kobe. Rashad, I'm hoping you're right. I'm praying. Honestly, I'm praying that you're right.
When have I been wrong about these Lakers stuff? Think about it. When have I said something wrong about these Lakers stuff?
About D'Angelo Russell, actually. One time.
What about him? I said he's a scorer. He's a scorer for us.
No, one time you said D'Angelo Russell about to average like 20 something points, and then
he got benched. I mean, that's not his fault. He would have done it. He would have done it. That's not his fault.
Rashad, even since he started starting, he hasn't averaged 20. Oh my gosh! You know what? This man's hilarious. All right, y'all.
Other Lakers stuff ain't been wrong. I'm just saying.
We have to move on to the next topic. We got to move on, and we got to talk about Golden State, who's actually having the season of the decade, and what it seems like.
Opposite of the Lakers.
Yeah, honestly though, the complete opposite of the Lakers. The Golden State tonight with a win over the Memphis Grizzlies would beat the Bulls' records of 72-10 and become 73-9 on the season, which would be a monumental achievement. But guys, what do you guys see as this 73 number? What do you think it means to Golden State, and how big would the achievement be? Rashad, let's start with you. What do you think about it?
in my own honest opinion, I believe in this moment right now, in this moment of this day,
of this
day
day,
of April 13th,
10:50 a.m. 2016.
At this time, this game means more than the championship to them. This game means more than winning their championship to them right now.
Okay, I'll get to that. All right, Kyle, go ahead.
Now I don't know about more than the championship because that's a whole ring. That's a
whole record.
It
ain't a half record. It ain't a half record.
That's something on paper though. This is talk about a ring that's worth thousands of dollars.
I mean, they get millions of dollars. Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead.
Okay. What this 73 means, it puts them at the top of, like you said, the record. They will be the team that has the best record out of all the NBA history. They will go down as they will have a mark in history, and it's actually great because for this new generation, we'll have a team that we can say is arguably one of the best team, in the game, because they have the record to say that they have more wins than the Bulls. Yeah. We just haven't seen them play against each other. Now, I think that would be an amazing. That will make them feel just completely great because of this new generation. They're trying to appeal to these fans. They're just trying to show them that they're great NBA players, and the fact that they have a record saying that they're better that they've won more than the team that's been the best team in all of NBA history. Yeah. I think it'll just be an amazing feat for them, and they would probably come out to the playoffs and play like real champions. Like they'll probably, I don't know, they're gonna come out and they're gonna show off.
Right. Before you go, Brendan, from that case, Khalid, it sounds like you're supporting me over here, which means more than a championship, and I appreciate it.
No.
Appreciate it.
First of all, like I said before, that's a whole ring. That's a whole ring.
That's a whole championship.
That's a whole ring. I mean, getting 73 wins, that's nice and all, but getting the ring,
Brendan, what we gotta hit them with?
People cry when they get a ring.
All right. To Rashad, to your point about there is no way on God's green earth that this record means more to them than a championship.
As of right now,
no.
The playoffs haven't started.
If you ask Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, as of right now, what means more to you, winning the championship this season or winning 73 games? They will tell you a championship.
Ask them on the side, not in the media.
Oh my
No.
Ask them as real boys.
Be like,
the record means
there's no point.
Rashad, the record doesn't mean as much if you don't win the championship.
Exactly.
This is like
what?
This is like, when you go to a grocery store and you want your favorite food and you get there at a grocery store and it's $5.01 and all you got is $5. That's what this record's like right now. You devastated. You're devastated.
How the hell did that even apply?
Devastated. Because I couldn't use my favorite analogy. I couldn't use my favorite analogy.
It's like five. How the heck did that even apply?
I couldn't use my favorite analogy. Just know.
But you don't just use an analogy.
But you say you only got $5, and you don't think that the cashier?
Don't adhere to this.
No. You don't think the cashier will let you get that?
No, you ain't got. Every cashier ain't nice, bro. The ones at Walmart, bro, they get tired of work, bro.
Oh,
I'm just saying. As of right now, you ask them on the side, not under media, not under the lights or nothing, no cameras.
No.
I bet you'd be like, this record right now means more than
Rashad. This would mean nothing without a championship. We remember the 07
it means
Patriots.
Nothing without a championship. But right now we're not in the playoffs yet. When they get in the playoffs, then championship means more than record. As of April 13th, the playoff starts on the 18th. As of the 13th, this means more than a championship because they're not in the playoffs yet.
Let me say something before you say something, Brendan. I know you have to say something. Okay, you said it worth more than championship at this point. I'm gonna tell you this: if they lose tonight, they probably wouldn't really care.
What?
Okay, I don't agree with that.
Brendan,
I don't agree with that.
I don't. No, let me tell you what.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going.
Yeah, go.
They wouldn't really
go on
care.
your roll, Kyle. Let's see what you're talking about.
They wouldn't really care to the extent of the record. Now, if they got to the playoffs, got to the finals, and lost when they about to get a championship ring, they would be really devastated.
Obviously, you just lost the finals, basically.
Exactly.
But I mean, I guess I see what he's saying. He's saying that if you lose tonight, the way you would losing tonight would not even compare to how you would feel if you lost the NBA finals. That's his point. I agree with that.
I mean,
because we can't. You try the baseball. The team in baseball that's won the most games, the Mariners. When they won the most games, they didn't win the championship that season. Nobody remembers them. Only reason we remember the 07 Patriots is because they lost in the Super Bowl. But if you don't win the championship, it doesn't matter as much. But if the 72-10 Bulls, the reason why they're so mystified is because they were a dynasty. It was the start of another three-peat. If the Warriors tie it, they lost tonight and they tied it and went on to win the championship, that wouldn't knock them as a team. Everybody still be like, oh,
they will knock them as a team. See, you guys, this is where I feel we're getting a little miscommunicated here. Y'all make it seem like I think the finals and the championship is not important at all.
No, I'm not saying that, but you said this means more.
As of this moment, I try to keep it consistent. As of this moment, of this day, of the last regular season game of the Golden State Warriors season, playing at home. For the record, it means more right now.
Rashad, as of this moment, at home, playing in the regular season, if they win the game and they get 73 wins, they'll be happy. But then it's time for the playoffs where they play for the bigger prize.
You're right.
Right now, the bigger prize is still in sight. That's why everybody was talking about resting. Why?
And
for the bigger prize.
Why were they was like? Why
they did want the record.
And I quote from Klay Thompson. I'm 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to be resting. I can rest when I'm older.
You're right, because they wanted the record. But if you ask them what's more important, the record or the championship, they will say the championship. Stephen Curry has even said this means nothing if we don't win the championship this year. It means nothing.
It don't, but at the moment right now, it means everything. It means everything.
How are you gonna agree to say it? But it means
you can agree to say
what?
But let you add on to another statement to go to let you add on the statement.
My man was going nowhere. Oh, there was a lot of buts. But
you said to add on to another statement.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Oh goodness, man.
Hey, you're a communications major, Brendan. Watch the body. Watch if they lose. Watch the nonverbals. You already know about nonverbals. Watch the nonverbal. I bet you they'd be the same if they lose the finals.
If they lose,
I bet you the nonverbals be the same if they lose the finals.
No,
the nonverbals.
They might cry if they lose the NBA finals.
They might cry if they lose this too.
They won't cry.
You're
they would
so
not
close.
cry. I did not think they would cry because they already tied the record. It's different if this was like they lost to the Spurs and then they could only tie it, and then they didn't even do that. But they already tied the Bulls, so they're already in that conversation with the Bulls. So now you can break the record, but even if you don't break the record, you're still on par with the Bulls. You're still right there with them. The Bulls didn't. Michael Jordan didn't do it. So if they don't do it, well then, oh wow.
I never wanted to be on the same level as any of my competition.
Oh my god! If somebody could tell you could be on the same level as Michael Jordan, you wouldn't take it.
Better.
Oh gosh. I mean, of course you want to be better, but if somebody told if somebody said Kobe Bryant could be as good as Michael Jordan right now, you wouldn't take that.
No.
Wow.
You wouldn't take that.
Wow. I guess we're going to stick with Kobe not being as good, huh?
Yeah,
exactly. Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, yo.
They got me though.
We got whatever, man.
Because he's still 1A and 1B though.
We got to move on to the next topic.
You just can't face the fact that Jordan's.
We got to move on. All right, y'all. We're going to switch gears to the NFL. We'll get into more basketball talk later on. But we got to talk about the NFL and talk about Josh Gordon. A guy that just can't seem to get everything on track. It seems like he's just consistently going off the rails. Yesterday, they reported that he applied for reinstatement after being suspended by the NFL in 2014 for a violation of the league substance abuse policy, and his suspension was reduced to 10 games after the League and Players Association agreed to a new drug policy in September 2014. But then Gordon had an indefinite suspension, which resulted in him being suspended for the whole 2015 season in February because of another problem with substance abuse. And now, as he was applying for reinstatement through with the league, apparently by Fox Sports' Mike Garofalo, Gordon failed a drug test in March. Both of his A and B samples reportedly tested positive for marijuana and a dilute. The dilute was supposed to mask the marijuana in his system. So they found traces of that, and if a person in his position, that just finding that, even though he might not have tested with the threshold for marijuana,
under the level of
it was under the threshold level,
but it was still diluted.
Yeah, because it was still diluted, it counts as him violating the policy. So his reinstatement has been denied. So this is a guy that he came in. He was drafted in the supplemental draft in the second round of the 2012 draft, and he came in and caught 50 passes. It had 805 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2012. 2013, he led the league in receiving, 1,646 yards, and everybody saw a bright future for him. But he hasn't been able to get on the field in the past 2 seasons. So, guys, what do you guys think about this most recent Josh Gordon news? Rashad, we'll start with you. What do you think?
I looked at this man as a potential Jaguars player. A great receiver we could have used. That's all I'm viewing him. And then, he's just one of those players that just like wasting his opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because he was such a great receiver. He's such a dynamic receiver in the league. Like, the Cleveland Browns had something going for them for once. And then he was like, I forgot I'm a Cleveland Brown. Let me get out of here. And that's when he started failing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's saddening. I wish he could have been a Jaguars if he would have stayed clean. But, I guess marijuana is more than playing NFL to some people.
All right, Khaled, what do you have to say about it?
I agree with Rashad. It's definitely a waste of talent. Leading the league in receiving yards in 2013 and then not playing for 2 whole seasons. I mean, come on. You was leading the league. You got so much what's the word I'm looking for? You get so much like just recognition, I think. Yeah, recognition for being that good, and then you miss 2 seasons. One, you just you played yourself. That's number one. You played yourself. And don't try and finesse and try and take stuff to make sure that your marijuana level is below the thing, because I mean it's obvious that you took it in order to pass the drug test.
Yeah.
So you gotta learn how to just do without it. I mean, I understand you in the Browns organization, they may cause you to, dabble into some substances.
Come on,
man.
But it's not that serious, bro.
Cleveland Browns.
It's not that
I think
serious.
that shot was bigger than my shot. I fired it.
No, it was. I'm a Pittsburgh fan. It was, but he just got to get it together. I mean, you wasting your talent. You could be leading the league again in receiving yards, but you want to smoke weed.
Yeah, man. It's before you go, Rashad.
Okay.
It's a sad thing because he is one of the most talented guys in the league. It's only about 24 years old, and to not even be able to get on the field just because of weed, I don't know if it's I mean, obviously it's an addiction or something, but most times when guys go through things like this, you go through rehab, get yourself right, but it's like he's costing himself the ability to take care of his family, his friends, and the NFL is a league for the privileged few. There's only so few people that get into the NFL and can play on that high a level. And you could ask any person that's wants to play. The NFL is something that you don't take for granted. And it seems as though sometimes Josh Gordon is just getting in his own way and is taking this chance that God's blessed him with for granted. So it's really sad to see. But Rashad, what were you gonna say?
I have a question for you. Do you even consider the Browns a rival?
Of course not.
I mean, because I know you said it like you was like I'm a Steelers fan, like they had significance in that division. I'm just curious. But I mean,
hold on. But do you ever think that the Browns will win the division?
If Josh Gordon was still there, but he can't stay off marijuana. But that's leading to another point. He's wasting his privileges. Like you said, like man, people go in, and for him to like he wasn't even drafted in the regular draft. He was in the supplemental draft. So the first chance he didn't make it. So it means your opportunities are slim. Then he finally had the chance to perform to the level he needed to. But now you look at it just like it's not for him.
It sucks because this is what makes guys like when they're talking about these guys have issues before the draft, and they're talking about everybody has trepidation about drafting a dude because of this issue or that issue. Oh, we have another caller. I'll continue on after the caller talks. Hey, caller, you're in with KBR Sports, the best sports talk show your 24-hour day. How can I help you?
Hey guys, I'm back. One thing before I talk about Josh Gordon regarding the whole Golden State Warriors thing. Rashad, Mr. Panel, you there?
I'm here.
I love you, buddy, but sometimes I want to sprinkle you with holy water. I swear, sometimes, man. How is this loss worse than the championship.
See, I said I didn't say it would be worse. I just said watch the body language. I said as this moment. I said as of this moment of this day, it means more. As of this moment, of this day, it means more.
The blasphemy.
I'm not understanding.
When it comes, let me go. As of this moment, of this day, before the playoff starts in 5 days.
The playoff starts on Saturday.
The whole segment talking about how
you're right. The playoff starts in 5 days. The playoff. Caller, can you hear me?
I can't do it no more.
Caller, the playoff starts in 5 days. Am I correct?
We spent a whole
I
segment
thought it started on Saturday.
and then he said it starts on Saturday. But he just spent the whole segment talking about, if they lose, they will definitely be more hurt losing the record. That
they will until the playoffs come, and then when they lose the finals. I'm talking about as of right now, they're going to be devastated they lost. As of right now, this record means more than a championship right now. As of this day. Until when the 18th comes, then go ahead, caller, what you say?
I don't even believe that, man. I understand that you have aspirations to break it because everyone has the pride to break it. But at the end of the day, if you have to lose that record to win a championship, that's a decision you make every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not in the playoffs yet. But I'm staying consistent with what I'm saying. It's not like I'm jumping around being like, well, this. But
Rashad, can you make a case to validate what you are saying?
Because right now you're not in the playoffs. You know the playoffs come. They're gonna be focused on the playoffs. It's kind of like LeBron's with his media when he's close to playoffs. He cuts off all social media. It's kind of like that. You in a playoff mode at a certain time. Right now you gotta break this record. You're in that kind of mode right now where the record is where it needs to be. You're focusing on the record, which I feel like is more important right now. And then you enter playoff mode where the championship means everything. Championship means life.
But the reason
that's when you forget about the record happening.
The thing is, they already have the 72 wins.
You don't want to
wait. Let the caller speak. What are you saying?
The question I have for you is: shouldn't you be in a playoff mindset right now? Let's just say that Clay has a hurt shoulder or ailing shoulder. Draymond is not feeling that great. Steph needs a little rest on those ankles that have been notoriously weak. They've been stronger usually, but they're notoriously weak. As a coach and as a player, you have to know that the playoffs are more important than this win. You have already tied the record. You have already tied history. I understand you want to break it, but at a point, sometimes you got to be smart about things. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here. Yeah, you can play everybody and you win and break the record, hurrah, or you play everybody, Steph breaks his ankle and you guys lose in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So there's caution in this too. Because the Spurs do it all the time. The Spurs don't care about a record. Spurs
don't get close enough to break the records. Spurs never hit 70 wins.
The Spurs are close to break the record this year. Had they not dropped a couple, let's not forget that they have a ridiculous record too.
Mm-hmm. They have, but they never hit 70 wins.
They just set the record for most home wins in a season. So it's not like we're talking about a bunch of scrubs over there.
And they've rested guys. Yeah, they've rested guys. We're going to say
they rested guys throughout the season. They could have won for this record as well, but they care more about longevity in the playoffs than they do about a record. I don't care if I get in the playoffs with 39 wins. But that's what's going to get my players through the playoffs to go to the championship.
But here's the deal. This team's not going to rest tonight like you think they're going to rest. It's likely that Steph Curry goes out and break his ankle, man. You don't want to wish that on somebody. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but you can't sit here and say that that's what they're thinking about coming into this game. They're like, oh, well, there's a chance you break your ankle, but we're still going to play for. They're not thinking stuff like that.
Okay, I don't think that's his point. His point is because Steve Kerr's even said it. If I see wear and tear on my players, I'm going to rest them. Yeah. So with the caller's point is, if Steph is showing that he's having issues with his ankles, if Draymond Green's like, okay, my shoulder is or whatever is hurting, I'm ailing, but I'm playing through it. Steve Kerr's like, I'd rather you just rest instead of playing through these ailments or playing through fatigue. When you could just rest and be on your A game for the championship. That's the end goal, because everybody doubted you from last season. That's why they came out so with 24 straight wins. Yeah, because they got doubted all last year, and that's nobody. If they lose, nobody's gonna care. Everybody's gonna keep saying they lost in the playoffs when it counted the most.
Yeah, but they're not a team that's fatigued or anything like that, where they're injured or anything like that.
No, but I'm just giving you a scenario.
Yeah, the scenario situation.
But I mean, they said that. That's what I'm saying. They just so happen to not be fatigued.
Yeah.
But I'm just giving you a scenario as to why the championship would mean more to them. But you go ahead.
And are you gonna call her me? Back to what you were saying at the very beginning of the season. You said it takes astronomical health to get to a feat like this, which they have had.
Yes.
So why would you? This is like you can't. Like you said, teams are not going to always be this healthy. They know they're not always going to be this healthy. They know Steph Curry already knows he has histories with injuries. Draymond Green get banged up because the way he plays physical. So like they get banged up. This is their chance. They've had that astronomical healthiness. So you have to put everything you have into this one game, because this one game dictate maybe the only time in life that this team ever do it again. Because getting 72 wins is not easy, as we've seen.
I agree with you. But that's the cursor of what I'm telling you. If you have the health to go for the record, you go for it.
And that's why I feel like it means so much more to them right now.
But if they didn't, say if they were, even if you're not injured, if you're even a hint of, my ankle's hurting and I'm playing on a stressed ankle. But that's why Steph sat out one game, because he had a hamstring strain. He had to sit out one game, and they managed to win the game without Steph. So they're not taking any chance, because they realize the ring is the most important thing. The ring is what this whole season is about. You even heard them say at the end, coming towards the end of the season, 82 games is a long time. We're just ready for the playoffs at this point, because they just want to win the ring already.
You're right.
This season grind has been so long for them. They just want to win the ring, because the ring is what matters to them.
But as of April 13, 2016, the record means more to them.
Carla, you got anything else to add? We were talking about Josh Gordon. So you have anything to add about Josh Gordon?
Yeah, two quick things before I go. On the subject of can't get right, who's always up to no good. I don't think the NFL should even let him reinstate. This has become a pattern at this point of you letting this. I have words for him, but they cannot be used on the airways. He's had chances. You know when this drug test is coming, and for you to not even try, he didn't even try. He just tried to cheat the test. He wasn't let me put down the weed. He was like, let me just take this pill so I can keep smoking the weed. Obviously, he doesn't care enough about his family, about his fan base, about anyone from his hometown that he's representing to put down the weed. He honestly has the logic of a crackhead. If we're being serious, he has the logic of a crackhead. I don't know what it is with the people that were coming out of the Texas area in that era of time, that 2 or 3 years, but you get Josh Gordon and just followed up by Johnny Manziel. One of them parties too much, and one of them can't put down the weed.
That's true. That is true.
And then they wanted to live together. What kind of
That's not good. That's true. Hey, Colin, we appreciate you giving your opinion, man. We appreciate you calling, and you gave us a laugh. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Of course. Always support y'all boys. Y'all have a good day.
All right, you too, man. Yeah, man, it sucks with Josh Gordon. The reports of him and Johnny living together. 1 second, ESPN gives out a report that he's living with Von Miller. The next second, it's a report he's living with Josh Gordon. Then the next second, they're giving out a report that he's not living with nobody. Yeah. Come on, ESPN, be consistent. Be consistent. Let's get it right. Who's Johnny living with? Right. But as far as Josh Gordon goes, I know that if I had the chance to make millions and take care of my family and my friends, I would not do anything to jeopardize that. And is this? I mean, we don't know what's going on in this. He's a young dude. He's only about 2 years older than us. But I just know that no matter what, I would do whatever I can to be able to take care of myself, because these guys get paid millions. And it's not like he's one of the bottom tier guys that's making the low millions. He could get paid top $1 billion. And for him to waste that on, what do you say, Rashad?
Billions.
I mean millions. Sorry, yeah, millions. They get paid millions, and for these guys to mess up, or for him to not take that seriously is definitely a problem. I mean, wish good health to him and hope he gets better, but that's just a situation of its own. But y'all, going on to our last topic, back to the Mamba Day, everybody. Remember, Snapchat, you got the filter. If you want to use it, celebrate Kobe Bryant's last game farewell. So pretty much the last topic just is going to be, what has Kobe Bryant meant to us? And y'all can tweet at the KBR Sports Twitter handle. We'll read your tweets, comment on the Rabblecast on Spreaker, on YouTube, or you can call in like the caller on the previous topic did, and just let us know what Kobe Bryant has meant to you. So, Khalid, we'll start off with you. What did Kobe mean to you in his career? What has it meant to you in terms of basketball and just the impact it's had on you?
I mean, I think I've said it before. I mean, Kobe was our Jordan. He was the Jordan of our time. And, just to see, since we, born in a time where we didn't get to really see all of Jordan's seasons and stuff like that, I mean, we might have caught the 1995-1996 Bulls season, but I mean, I was like 1 or 2, so I didn't really catch it. So this is just the seeing the experience of a player that was just like that was almost as good as Jordan. And it's just amazing. I mean, my man dropped 81 points in a game. Only other person to drop more points was Wilt Chamberlain. This man's got 5 championship rings. I mean, just to be on a team, just to be in the arena with Kobe Bryant was an honor, a privilege. Seeing this man in every All-Star game, just going in for the West. It's just something that you just can't take back. And since y'all got to see him live, I know that was probably like a once in a lifetime experience for y'all. Other than meeting the man up close and getting the chance to talk to him. Just to know Kobe as a person. I mean, I feel like throughout his whole season, we've learned to know him, who he is personally. I mean, we know what he like, how he is off court, how he is with the other players and stuff like that. And we know about how he is through his Twitter and stuff like that. So we really, and that's great with social media that has gone this far that we can actually get in touch with players this closely. And it definitely developed our relationship with these basketball players and just the love for Kobe and just who he is. This man is a person, going from 8 to 24, the old fro Kobe,
Froby,
Froby, to the Bean, to the Mamba. It's just an amazing development just to see how he's evolved throughout the years. And we definitely gonna miss him. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and he will definitely be missed.
All right, Rashad, what has Kobe meant to you?
Kobe Bryant, the man used to have me in my parking lot, practicing the fadeaway jump shot, because that's all I could do, but shoot mid range. Had me practicing that. Had me watching all Kobe highlights. That's the only highlights I watched as a kid. Only Kobe. And I liked all these other players. I was like, nah, I gotta be like Kobe. Everything Kobe did, I gotta do it like Kobe do it. That's all I did. Practice Kobe constantly. It's just watching someone so great and so like inspiring to the basketball game is phenomenal for me. It was like a state of euphoria, because I was just like, I want to be just like this man, Kobe. I've seen Kobe be dominant and great in his career. I've seen him play with basically probably the most dynamic duo with him and Shaq. I've seen him win championships with him, Paul Gasol, and Andrew Bynum. I was actually in Orlando when he won his last championship. It was just everything about Kobe's career has just been amazing to me, and it's just something I will miss. And I mean, I don't feel like no player can ever, give me that love like Kobe is giving me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel like I can never find that same appreciation for another player like I did Kobe, because Kobe was on another. Like, I appreciate Kobe more than I do Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just Kobe is that guy. And so next for me is Paul George. Really like you see the big drop in greatness levels. So I'm just like, man, it's gonna be sad Wednesday. Today actually, it's gonna be sad.
Yeah, man. And the Lakers suck.
He just had to slip that in before.
Because how do you? It hurts me so bad to see somebody that's been so great for so long have to go out this way. But in terms of what he's meant to me on a personal level, I mean, the only reason I even got into this whole basketball and sports and all this stuff was because of Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, my older brother is the one that put me onto the Lakers when we used to play the old NBA live games. We used to play the little NBA courtside game on Nintendo 64, and we used the Lakers. Yeah, man, like all the old games with Kobe.
Like the one with Kobe on the cover?
Yeah, man. Those old games. Yeah, you remember, right?
I remember.
Yeah, it's all the old stuff and
starring Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, exactly. And Kobe's always just been that guy that no matter what he went through, I mean, regardless of what happened in Colorado, all the things that Kobe's been seen as, whether people thought he was arrogant, he was cocky, this and that. What Kobe never did to you was cheat you on the basketball court. Kobe always gave you his best. You never left an arena with Kobe Bryant feeling as though he didn't give you his all on that court that day. And so that's one of the things that's the kind of thing that separates a Kobe Bryant from any other player. It puts him in that Michael Jordan category. Players like him and Jordan, like Michael Jordan always said that there's a kid for every game I go to, there could be a kid in that stands that see me play for the first time. So I want to give him an experience, him or her an experience that they've never had before. And that's the same way Kobe approached the game. I mean, Kobe even said that Michael's been his best mentor he's had, the greatest mentor he's had. And you see it in the semblance of how they play, how they both like so many people say Kobe is like the Jordan of our era because, I mean, the 5 championships, him and Shaq, obviously, you wonder how many championships they could have won together. But then we always say that, but then we wonder if he had stayed with Shaq, would he have been as great? Would we hold him in as great esteem as we do now? Because part of the greatness of Kobe Bryant's tale is that after him and Shaq departed, he became number 24 and everything. And he changed to 24 in the 2006-2007 season. And then he goes on to win the 2 championships back-to-back, the first one against the Magic and Dwight Howard, and the next one against the Big Three and the Celtics. And that's the one that he says means the most to him because he did that as the leader of his team and against the Boston Celtics, who have been his rival. And they're the ones that beat him in 09, 08. So when you look at it in terms of those kind of things, like Kobe, like Rashad's saying, Kobe's the guy that when I played basketball, I want to learn how to do the mid-range fadeaway. You take like Kobe, you could be wide open. You would dribble into the guy's contest just so you could be like Kobe. That's how real it was. I'll see people play 2K with Kobe as if he was like, it was really not realizing 2K actually, the chance of your shot going in actually depends on how open you are and the quality of your shot. They're like, no, it's Kobe. I can shoot this. Yeah, I can shoot this. It's Kobe. It doesn't matter. It's going to go in. And just having a guy like that impact your sport, because it's sad because literally every single player feels like we've grown up on is retiring. Kobe Bryant, Peyton Manning, Derek Jeter, guys like that. They've all retired. They're all leaving the game. I mean, people that Allen Iverson's gone, Shaq is gone. This new generation pretty much essentially, I mean, the next guy that you essentially have,
like it was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like next guy you have is going to be like, I mean, it's Tim Duncan is the next one afterwards, but then you have a LeBron James. It's crazy. And the level of fanfare, like there's 16 different countries coming in for media for this man's last game. That just shows your greatness. The Lakers are last in almost every statistical category. In defensive efficiency, they're last. In defense per game, they're like 27th. In offense, they're last. In field goal percentage on offense, they're last. But these guys are coming in to see Kobe. And that's because of his greatness over time. I mean, when you're a 5-time champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 18-time All-Star.
4-time All-Star MVP.
Yeah, you know what I mean? 2-time scoring champion. You have the second highest point total of all time at 81 points. You're the 3rd all-time scorer behind only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Karl Malone. And he's first in every Lakers statistical category almost except for assists, which is he's second behind Magic Johnson. So, I mean, you can only give your kudos to a guy who's managed to keep his greatness going on for so long and played at such a high level for so long. And it's something that nobody should take for granted. I mean, the game will be on tonight on ESPN2 at 10:30 Eastern time. So if everybody tune in and give support to Kobe, I know people are going to be flipping between this game and the Golden State game. I can't blame you. Pursuit of 73, Kobe. That's a great. I wish we had more time to ask the question, but which game do you guys think is going to be more worth watching, the 73 game or the Kobe's last game?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
They're both ugly games, honestly.
Dang.
Ugly game for the Golden State Warriors.
I mean, they both hold.
Grizzlies.
They both hold.
I mean,
value.
Grizzlies, don't sleep on them.
I mean, because if the Warriors start off fast like they normally do, except like last time they played Memphis, it's gonna get ugly. And if Kobe doesn't come out shooting efficient, he dropped 13 in the first quarter against Oklahoma City, but then after that, there was like enough of that, and the game got ugly. So they both gonna be ugly games. But I gotta watch my man Kobe. But I gotta switch between that Golden State Warriors. I called the 73 all season long.
You're trying to see if they did it.
All right, Carly, what about you?
I mean, I think I could watch the Kobe game over the Warriors game because I mean, either the Warriors get it or they don't. I mean, it's a win. They go down as the team to have the best record in NBA history. But Kobe just going out in this last game at home, that's just an amazing thing to see.
And all right, so for me, I definitely got to be Kobe. I mean, I gotta watch Kobe. It's that think about it's the finale. It's the last time we can see him play. And
a chance to put yourself a part of history.
It is a chance to put yourself a part of history, but just Kobe. It's Kobe, man. This is the like, I'm gonna see Golden State play in the playoffs. Like it's one of those things. I'm gonna see down the road. I'm gonna see you on Saturday or Sunday. We're good. But Kobe is no more. Like they're not making the playoffs. It's done. It's over. So it's honestly the end of a long tale. So definitely I gotta watch Kobe, man. Kobe, the level of competitiveness this dude has, and when you see like Rashad was saying, you look at the next guy in the league, it might not even be your favorite player. The next guy is like Russell Westbrook, who has that kind of competitive fervor. And I wish he was a Laker. It's depressing. It's depressing. It's legit Kobe Jordan, the competitiveness, and it's just depressing how bad we are. You guys know, I don't forgive Jim Buss for this. I never will forgive him for this. For real.
Kobe?
Yeah, you know what I mean? For what he's done to Kobe for this last season. But all right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for today's show. It's been KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day, coming to you on WODU Studios, the best in college radio. It's Mamba Day, Kobe Bryant's final game. So make sure y'all tune into that on ESPN2, 10:30 Eastern time. And make sure you use the Snapchat filter. If you're using your Snapchat, and you got the Mamba Day filter on there as well. And
if y'all do take snaps, tweet it at us. Like, save the pitch and tweet it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, definitely. And I was going to say something. Oh, for those of you that missed the first part of our show, we're going to be uploading that to our KBR Sports YouTube channel. So y'all can watch the first half of the show where I pretty much went on a tirade about the Lakers because they deserved it. And you can see the reaction that both these guys had to that as well. And make sure you guys subscribe to our KBR Sports YouTube channel and leave comments for us. And we'll read your comments and, take them into consideration for our next shows and give us possible topics y'all want to hear us talk about. And also follow us on Twitter at KBR_sports. You can tweet us your topics and everything and tweet us during the show so we can read your tweets live. And follow us on Rabble. I'd be losing. I'm just thinking about Kobe. Sorry. But follow us. Make sure you follow us on Rabble TV. Also, Spreaker. And you can listen to us on iTunes, our past shows and past podcasts on iTunes, Spreaker, and Rabble, and on our YouTube channel, on the WODU Studios YouTube channel. But y'all, April 13th. That's going to wrap it up for today's show. Kobe. Oh, you see I'm Lakered out.
But you should see the shoes. The shoes match.
Yeah, it's a whole Laker ensemble.
This guy.
I
can't waste my crimes. I only got 6 cries a year, man.
Rashad really, he really, and honestly does limit his the amount of cries he gets a year.
Oh my god,
he honestly does. Like,
and the year just started, man. I can't waste a crime right now, Kobe. I gotta tough it up.
Where's your love at?
My love is there, but these cries be significant, bro.
He's had 6 cries a year.
Oh. Yeah, man.
Oh gosh. All right, y'all. Have a good one.